Hello, everybody, and welcome to the podcast, whose name is probably already a podcast to talk. Where me and my co-host Nat talk about everything from movies and TV shows to politics and existential crises. So sit down, grab a cup of tea, and let's talk about, you decide our first topic today.
Okay, so this podcast is going to be ordered a bit differently. We're going to start with our short topics and then get into our long topics. Hopefully, it'll be more organized than all of our previous podcasts. So the first topic, which there isn't too much to comment on, is the fact that DC announced a whole bunch of new shows, most of which Oh, go ahead.
Said a couple new games, too.
Oh, yeah. Wait, which new games did they announce?
I swear they announced that Batman Beyond game around the same time.
No, I don't think they announced the Batman Beyond game, because I definitely would have heard about that.
I heard about it. It's going to be worked on by the team, Rocksteady.
Rocksteady.
Yeah. I heard about that. Like there's supposedly got in the works a Batman Beyond game, and nobody is confident in it, because Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. That's been my timeline.
The only thing I heard recently was that they canceled a Wonder Woman game that was halfway through production, and
I also heard about that. Rest in peace, the people who patented the fucking Nemesis system.
Yeah, and what even is the Nemesis system? Because I hear people talk about it, I don't really know what it is.
Basically, you kill an enemy. Every once in a while, it turns out, no, in fact, you didn't kill that enemy, and now they want revenge. Or, this enemy killed you. Now, every once in a while, that enemy will come back with better titles, being like, ha, you the bitch, I killed you before, I'm gonna kill you again. It's a very fun system that no game can ever use because it's been patented.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. But also, that's dumb to patent a whole system.
Yeah, it is. It should be illegal.
That's like patenting, what's a comparable example? That's like patenting,
that's like patenting throwing a ball to catch a creature.
Yeah, or
Nintendo trying to do that as we speak.
Wait, are they actually trying to do that?
Yes.
Oh my god. Of course it's Nintendo. That's not surprising.
It's part of their try. Well, it's part of them trying to sue Power World.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. It would also be like if you tried to patent a wanted system in a game.
Right?
That's just, you can't do that. That just shouldn't be a thing you can patent. Next they're gonna try patenting jumping or punching in a video game.
Real.
But yeah, so there were a bunch of DC shows and projects that were announced, and almost all of them were Elseworld stories. I know they confirmed the Starfire animated series, that's gonna be in its own universe. But what's most interesting to me, at least, is they announced in My Adventures of Green Lantern's show. And it's
going to be around Jessica Crew. Yeah, I like that. It's interesting.
Yeah,
being one of the newer Green Lanterns.
Yeah, and it's set in the same universe as My Adventures of Superman.
Yeah, you see, my problem with that though is I want the My Adventures with the universe to expand, but My Adventures with Superman was called that specifically as a callback to a comic book run. Why we gotta call all of them My Adventures with?
Yeah, and I can't wait. 10 years from now, it's gonna be called the Adventureverse.
Yeah, I want this should be called Green Lantern Emerald Knight.
Yeah, or because I remember we had a conversation about what would be cool titles for other series in this universe. And
Batman getting I forgot which one we decided on for that one.
I can't remember. I can't remember, but I thought it was a bit weird too when they announced that it was going to be called My Adventures of Green Lantern, because like My Adventures of Superman is not only a callback, like you said, to a comic one, but also like I'm assuming the title referred to Lois and her adventures of Superman, so the title makes sense. But I don't see how it'll make sense in the context of the Green Lantern story.
Well, presumably it's Jessica Drew's adventures with either Hal, Kyle, John, Simon, or the other one that I'm forgetting.
Okay, that makes sense.
Like 5,000 Green Lanterns from Earth at this point.
Yeah, and that would be really cool, because in My Adventures of Superman, we've already gotten hints and teasers at the bigger DC universe, you know, them talking about Gotham. There was that episode where, I'm gonna try to say his name correctly, Mr. Mixius Pitalik?
Yeah. Mr. Mixius Pitalik.
Yeah, he traveled to Earth Prime and was stealing a bunch of artifacts, and you see one of the Green Lantern wings. So, there is a larger universe, and I'm very interested to see how it expands, how we're gonna get a new generation of what like the DC animated universe was.
Yeah, this is what I've always been excited about since they referenced Gotham and like had Vicky Vale come in. Is that this is a chance to redo what Gotham with Justice League Unlimited was able to do.
Yeah.
Alright, because Justice League Unlimited was so goated for the fact that, you know, because it fused together, you know, the Superman show of that era, the Batman show of that era, and then, you know, you got to see like the Justice League be a thing. And honestly, like because they're doing Green Lantern, and obviously I doubt that they would do this without Batman. It brings in the possibility of doing this for each character before we even form the Justice League.
Yeah, which would be really cool.
Like, I would love a Flash show.
Yeah, a Flash.
Like, getting a Batman show, like, that's just hook, line, and sinker before you do anything Justice League. You gotta have the Batman and Superman show. I'd love a Flash. I'd love a Wonder Woman show. Honestly, Wonder Woman deserves it.
Yeah, Wonder Woman's kind of been getting the shaft when it comes to content. Because, like...
now that her game's shelved.
Yeah, and also, like... there was like a chart that someone made where it was like the past 20 years, the amount of movies, games, and shows like the Holy Trinity have gotten, and it's like it's laughable how little Wonder Woman content there is, because you got
it's laughable how much more Batman content there is.
Yeah, Batman is very oversaturated. Like there's other DC characters.
Like, I get that Batman's kind of the core of the DC universe, but like, bro, at this point, you're forgetting why he's the core of this universe. It's the other members. Like, even to the point where it's like, half of the things that have Batman don't even have his family of superheroes with him. It's like, well, damn.
Yeah, it's like, what's the point?
You're overdoing it, all right? Give Batman his family, whether that be through his Bat family or his Justice League family. He needs a family.
Yeah, and that's why I'm excited for the DCU Batman and how he's going to be teaming up with Robin.
Yeah.
But we have not...
Especially since, did James Gunn specify which Robin it was?
I think he said... I'm trying to remember. I think he said it was Damian. I think it's Damian.
Right? Like, I'm pretty sure he said it was going to be Damian. If that's the case, that means that Red Robin, Nightwing, and Red Hood should all already be like in this universe doing stuff, whether they appear in the movie or not.
Yeah, and it would also make sense too, because you have Robert Pattinson's Batman, who is a younger, more experienced Batman, and then you'll have the DCU Batman, who will be an older, more experienced Batman. So that'll be a good way to distinguish the two for general audiences.
Right.
Yeah, and they also And I know they also, James Gunn reiterated recently that Matt Reeves' his Batman universe is staying separate. They have no intentions on combining the two.
Yeah, this makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, excited to see where that goes. And Adventures of Superman Season 3 is supposed to come out sometime later this year. So we got that to look forward to.
Can't wait to hear about General Zod. General Zod, the next big bad guy, General Zod.
Yeah, but I wonder how they're gonna try. I wonder how they'll update and quote. I wonder how they'll update him and change him like they did Brainiac. I'm very interested.
Yeah, right. Like, isn't that like the next guy we got to do? Like, we've done a lot of like every season is here's a bunch of the small guys that sometimes people don't talk about, like Parasite and all that. And then here's the big guy. Here's the big guy for the big guy showdown. This is the first seasons.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think, who do you do after that? Because, like, most people would probably say, oh, they gotta do Darkseid, but Darkseid isn't actually a Superman villain.
He's a Justice League villain.
Yeah, but...
And not one of those Justice League villains like Amanda Waller, where it's like, it makes sense for that villain to start with the small fry and then head up to the Justice League. Like, no, Amanda Waller fucks with everybody for a little bit before she gets too big for her britches and then tries to fuck over the entirety of the Justice League. That's just Amanda Waller's story if you're doing it right. Mm-hmm. Darkseid does not come swinging down until there's an entire team of people who can kick his ass.
Yeah, so we're not seeing Darkseid anytime soon, not till all these other characters get their shows.
Gets their shows. Like, if they do it like how I think they should and like give them all their show before doing their Justice League. You know, Arrowverse this shit.
Yeah. Oh my god. Died 2023, born 2023. Welcome back, Arrowverse. But yeah. Except
it's the Superman verse as it should be.
Yes, the Adventureverse. But I think that's all we have to say about that. Okay, next topic. A bit of a shorter topic. The Shrek 5 teaser. What are your thoughts on it?
I haven't actually watched it.
Really?
I've watched people react to it in the proper like react terms of like, here's my opinion without like just watching it beat for beat.
Yeah.
So like all I know about it is apparently Shrek and Fiona and Donkey look so horrendously bad that people are stating that it's AI levels of bad, that this has to be AI with how ugly they look.
Except it literally is nowhere near that bad, at least in my opinion.
I've seen it and I'm like, I don't see it, guys. They look like ogres. Like, they don't look exactly like they did 10 years ago, but why would they?
Exactly.
I think it's entirely how shiny they are. Like, I think people are reacting to how overexposed, like, lit they are.
Yeah, like a lot of people say that they've been quote unquote Disney-fied, which I don't really agree with. I think they've just been a bit polished. So
yeah, like I think in a scene where like they change up the lighting, they'll look fine.
Yeah, and
I kind of think that they need to redesign like a little something a bit, because it's like that's obviously not the same face.
Yeah.
You have to change like a couple things a little too far, where like that doesn't look like the same face anymore.
Yeah,
I don't think it is so horrendous that it deserves to be called AI looking.
Yeah, or like some people were comparing it to Ugly Sonic, which like, no, it's not even in the same realm of existence as Ugly Sonic was.
Oh, not even close.
Yeah. And like, the whole thing, like you mentioned, the last Shrek movie came out 15 years ago. Of course, they're gonna be redesigned and look different. It really is just a case of people being what's the word I'm looking for? Not liking change.
It's almost too fearful. Like the teaser, which like is a proper teaser and not a trailer, which I think that's another problem. Stop calling trailers trailers teasers, guys. If it lasts longer than like a minute, you've just made a trailer.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's a little bit of a problem in the industry right now.
Yeah. Plus, like, firstly, it is a teaser, and secondly, the movie doesn't come out till Christmas 2026. Almost 2 years away. So, like, of course, there's not going to be a whole lot to show.
Exactly.
But man, I'm telling you,
we're gonna go through the rest of this year having never seen it. You know?
Yeah. Like, I'm excited for it because, first I need to know what the plot's gonna be. We know it's gonna involve the children being grown up, which I think is an interesting approach, because people have pointed out.
I think it's the right approach.
Yeah, because people have pointed out Shrek is the only franchise that has really done that. I think of similar franchises like Incredibles 2. It was 15 years after the original. Kids didn't age up. What's another example? Despicable Me. The first movie came out 15 years ago. Kids haven't aged up. Shrek is like one of the first major animated franchises to do that.
Ice Age.
No.
Ice Age is another one of those, like, it's a major franchise. It did it.
Oh, it did?
Yeah. Manny has a kid with the other woolly mammoth he finds, and like there's another movie where she's like a teen.
Oh, yeah.
A teen. So Ice Age did it. Ice Age knew how to do it.
Okay, I remember that.
And there's probably a couple others. It really comes down to a lot of franchises end up dying before they can do it. Like Rio had 2 movies. They didn't really get a third where the babies could be not babies.
And that's a shame because I love the Rio movies. I actually really like them.
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs probably isn't getting a threequel. Didn't really need a sequel, and they didn't even have kids in that one. So
yeah.
Right.
I'm trying to think what else.
Most live action things are like strapped to the gun, forced to do that. Right.
Yeah.
Like Spy Kids.
Yeah, because
the one had to change out the kids
because they grew up. Or Home Alone also changed out Kevin.
Really? Man,
yeah, Home Alone 3 and 4 have a whole different kid, and then I think there's a 5th movie as well that's also a different kid.
Okay, interesting. But yeah, like live action's like forced to those restraints, right? Animation isn't, and like honestly, I think that's a limitation. I think that is a not a limitation. What is like the phrase? Like limitation breeds creativity. I think that this is like animation's ability to just be like, well, they're kids all the time, actually holds them back.
Yeah,
I think Despicable Me 4 with like the kids with like the girls more in a different stage of life would have been more interesting.
Yeah. Like okay, this is slightly off topic, but it's in the similar ballpark. You heard that Peppa Pig, they announced that Mummy Pig is pregnant?
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that show was still on, like, was still in syndication? Is syndication when, like, you're still getting new episodes?
Oh, I don't know. But
I know, I can't really just say on air, because, like, on air, like, reruns happen. I didn't know it was still getting syndicated.
Yeah, it's still getting new episodes, and in one of them,
there's not even getting new episodes anymore. This is some bullshit.
And they confirmed Mummy Pig is pregnant, and people on Twitter are making jokes talking about, oh, that baby's gonna be 1 month old for the next 25 years.
Right? Like what?
There was even like a gimmick Twitter account. They like changed their profile picture and username to Daddy Pig, and they like retweeted the news, like announcing it, and they were like, "This is not my baby. I'm divorcing her." But
yeah, no, this is the limitations of Like the Peppa Pig's kind of different because it's like that's not really supposed to move forward.
Yeah, it's a stationary cartoon, like how The Simpsons, like the kids never age. No one ever ages. Time doesn't move forward, but it still does. Like in modern episodes, they have modern technology and stuff. So like time is moving forward, but the character stays stagnant.
Yeah. Like I said, I think it ends up to a detriment to these shows, especially like Simpsons and Family Guy, where it's like, you guys would have so much new things to do if you just said fuck it in your season. Everyone is now in the next age group. Your middle-aged people are older. Your young adults are now middle-aged. Your young kids. Your kids are now teens. Your babies are now kids. Like, you'd be able to do so many different things.
Yeah, and another great example of that is Diary of a Wimpy Kid. It's been like 25 books. The series has been going on almost 20 years, and Greg is still in middle school. Like,
and that sucks, because like there are so many stories you can tell about like the transitionary period between middle and high school. Stories you can tell about high school. Hell, stories you can tell about college. But you're still trying to talk to the young kids. I think that kids in high school could vibe with Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Hell, I still vibe with Diary of a Wimpy Kid when I was in high school.
Yeah,
I think you don't have to be in that like one age bracket for it.
Yeah, because Diary of a Wimpy Kid, what made like the first dozen books like so popular is that they were just funny. They were simple and funny, a bit mean-spirited, but not in like an edgy kind of way. Like Greg,
spirited in that like real life way that like life is just mean sometimes.
Yeah, and like they were just fun to read. And then like as they went along, and Jeff Kinney started running out of ideas. You know how many books there are now of them going on vacation somewhere? And they started introducing like more fantastical stuff, like the pig that can, I
think it is directly like Long Haul. Everything before Long Haul, to a degree, was still in the realm of like, all right, this is just a kid's life, right? Mm-hmm. And I think it stops at like Dog Days. Maybe there's a couple books before then, but I think it's about Dog Days, where like the original book, he actually did like the original few books, he actually did like move time forward.
Yeah, because
he made it to the next level in middle school. Like we hear about like specific things that would make sense at the time. Like the whole reason Dog Days is like that is because it's during summer, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there was actual time progression, and then at some point, I don't remember the book, you no longer know time progression, because if he kept progressing, he would have made it out of middle school.
Yeah, and he just got stuck in 8th grade forever.
It's like, damn. And like, yeah, right about Long Haul is when like I feel like part of like the soul of Diary of a Wimpy Kid died. And I don't know if at the same time the writer's soul died. Like, I don't know if at the same, like, if he just decided, like, oh, I kind of just like writing fun stuff. Like, if he's still just having fun with it, like, oh, I just like writing ridiculous things. And now, like, that the world is like slightly fantastical, I can write more ridiculous things. Like, so if he's still having fun with it, or if he sold his soul to the bag.
I think he sold his soul because. Have you seen the one tweet where someone literally asked him on Twitter, straight up, when is the series gonna end? And he replied back, when I end.
Yeah, I mean, but that reply, that actually doesn't really mean anything. It could be either one. Like, the series will never end until I end, because I'm still enjoying making it, and I'll never stop enjoying making it. Or is that the series will never end until I end because it's making bank. Like that speaks totally nothing about his actual feelings on the matter.
It's just, like we established, there's so much story potential. Like, imagine you had a dozen books of him in middle school, and then a dozen of him in high school, and then he goes off to college, and then after that you have a sequel series where, like, he's grown up and he has a kid.
A Diary of a Wimpy Kid's a Wimpy Kid? Like,
yo! Yo, that title is actually fire. I would genuinely love that, but it's never gonna happen because he's forever.
You can even like put in you could even like tell like, you know what would be so cool is that if you got to that point in the series, you could even like do like cool anachronisms where like the kid is complaining about things that Greg does, but the things that Greg does has little like notes of his mom and dad.
Oh yeah,
and, like his partner is like completely different. Like she has her own problems that she goes through, but like Greg's like the things that Greg's kid complains about are like mixtures of things that both his mom and dad would do to show off like how you kind of like are a product of like who you're raised by. Ooh, that'd be good. That would be never gonna happen.
Absolute literature. That would be absolute peak. But we're never gonna get it because stubbornness, money, greed, who knows? But
look, all I know is that the person who finally like nuts up and just makes an entire story set in a world that like keeps growing alongside its reader base is going to make bank.
It literally, someone should, because there's already like a few like fan works out there, like people making their own Diary of a Wimpy Kid books, some legit and some as shit posts. But
yeah, like the No Nut November one.
Yeah, or the school shooter one. I don't know if you remember that or not.
Ooh, or the one where Greg's gay.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Like, but
I'm
like
not gay, Greg. Close his door.
Like. Well, let's say someone made like an actual legit continuation where they had Greg grow up and go to high school and college. I would read that.
That'd be peak cinema.
Yes, but I love how we were talking about Shrek and then we got to Diary of Wimpy Kid. But
it was a short topic, and we said all we could really say about the trailer, and then we moved on to a point that's next to the trailer, which is let your characters age. It'll make I'm telling you, you'll make better stories. Let your characters age.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so those were the quote-unquote short topics. Now for the long topics. Starting with Captain America Brave New World, formerly Captain America New World Order, but we had to change it because we don't want to get cancelled.
Not that we don't want to get cancelled. It's not a cancel thing. It's like a thing of like dog whistle. We don't want to make people think we're dog whistling.
Yeah.
Because that's the point of a dog whistle, is that it's hidden. So you just avoid dog whistles when you can, you know?
Yeah, we don't want to accidentally name our movie about an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory.
Right, like all I'm saying is, if I was Elon Musk, I wouldn't put myself in a position that makes my arm even somewhat resemble a Nazi salute. Like, that's all I'm saying. Is that, like, if I really wanted to avoid looking bad in any way, shape, or form, it is super easy to angle my arm in a way that isn't upwards towards the sky after I put my heart towards other people, you know? Like, it's super easy for it to be below my head.
Yeah, so in that clip, the full clip is him saying, "My heart goes out to you." He presses his hand on his chest, and then he does the thing. And
he goes up. You don't have to go up. And then he turns around and does it
again.
Like, I don't... Like, I can't defend that.
And someone online posted a clip from like a year ago of him doing the same thing, like saying, "Oh, my heart goes out to all of you wonderful people," and he made a heart symbol with his hands. And it's like, so you do know how to use proper gestures that aren't dog whistles.
And like, let's be favorable to him. Let's say Elon Musk does not endorse Nazism, does not endorse any of its, does not support fascism in any way, shape, or form.
In this hypothetical.
And this really was like just a thing where it's like, oh, he fucked up.
Yeah.
Let's say what is truly the case. First off, it's super easy to not do that. It's so easy to not make a Nazi salute. But let's ignore that. Let's say that you make a Nazi salute anyways. Nigga, that's still bad no matter who you are. You should not get off scot-free from doing a Nazi symbol because, ooh, I did it by accident. Like, no. Like, two people who might not respect you or might respect you, that looks like you are endorsing them.
Yeah.
And if you look like you're endorsing them, like you are endorsing them, regardless of any facts. Whether you apologize, whether you don't, at that moment in that point in time, you endorse them.
Oh, he did.
So that is why you got to get rid of New World Order and replace it with Brave New World.
Yeah, and before we continue on with that, I want to say Elon Musk did not apologize. The closest we got was him tweeting saying, "Oh, the left would rather call me a Nazi than focus on this, that, or the third." So
the libtards are getting triggered, guys.
He never said he's not. Like, he could have literally just tweeted and been like, "Guys, it was an accident. I'm not a Nazi. I don't condone anti-Semitism." He could have just said that, but no, he was like, he didn't even defend himself. He just said people would rather call me a Nazi. Yeah, because you look like a Nazi.
Yeah, and to reinstate our political beliefs, fuck the Democrats, fuck the Republicans, and any of you guys thinks that either party is out for you and you don't own, and your bank account is not in the 000, in like the has 6 zeros behind it, you're a dumbass and need to vote more for yourself and not for the flag, the political flag that you like waving. You're getting played. Never forget that.
Vote who you think who will genuinely try their best to fix the country, and not.
And also, like, just legitimately take people at their word. If they say they're gonna do that, assume that they will actually do that. Because I know a lot of you voted for Trump and were like, he's not actually gonna put the tariffs in,
and then he did.
So, like, just trust the politician at their word that they're gonna do the thing that they say they're gonna do. I'm just like that. All right.
Well, to be fair, you have to be careful with that, because remember, Trump was also talking about, like, oh yeah, we're gonna fix the economy, you know.
Okay. Let me rephrase. If they say they're gonna do something and it would help your life, they're not gonna do it. If they say they're gonna do something and it will harm your life, it's definitely gonna be the thing that they're gonna do. So, like, just double check about like how exactly their policy would work in practice. Because if you look at tariffs, they don't work in practice.
Yeah, because
just do your research. If you see a policy and you're like, that policy would be good for me, assume they're not going to do that. And you see a policy and you're like, 9 times out of 10, that policy would be bad for a group of like for all poor people. Assume that they're going to enact that policy. Like, that's just generally how you should trust the politicians.
No, because I remember like a few days after Trump got elected, and he was already talking about like all the plans and stuff he was gonna do once he got inaugurated. The Google search results for what is a tariff went up, like they skyrocketed. So like people heard tariffs and they're like, oh yeah, that's probably a good thing. It'll probably fix our inflation, and then just voted for him without realizing what tariffs actually do. They newsflash
and then looked it up after the fact, like, ooh.
Yeah, newsflash, tariffs don't help you. They help the multi-millionaires and billionaires in our country. Yeah, that's all they help.
You elected a multi-millionaire to presidency. What a shock that that's who he actually wants to help.
Yeah, and like, did you also see? And we'll get to Captain America. This is technically related because it's about politics. Did you also see the horrendous meeting between Trump, JD Vance, and the president of Ukraine?
Yes, I have seen it. It's bad.
God, it
is literally the definition of blaming the victim for getting bullied.
Literally, like I was
also, like I need it to be acknowledged that, like, hey, Republicans, hey, Democrats, hey, independents, hey, everyone, we're looking like bitch-made pussies right now. You realize that, right? Like, capitulating to Russia is the most bitch-made thing you could do in your life.
Like,
I don't need like the one thing that me and a KK member / neo-Nazi will agree on is that capitulating to Putin is bitch made, because we're both Americans at the end of the day,
yeah.
and America don't negotiate with terrorists, and that's what Russia and China are. They're terrorists.
Yeah,
that's right. Bring us back to the Red Scare. Fuck North Korea, Russia, China, and the Middle East, because they're forming an alliance. All four of those general places, fuck them. And if I see an American politician liking any of those places, I don't trust them.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm going to rope Israel in with the rest of the Middle East just because, like, they don't really matter.
Yeah, I agree with all that.
Not the people, the country.
Yeah,
don't try to
the government, not the people. But like, it's just crazy because I was watching the clip of all three of them bickering back and forth, talking over each other. It was literally like watching kids arguing at a playground. That's literally what it felt like. And
like the bigger kid in the room was not one of our politicians, so like that tells you a lot.
Yeah,
like it sounded like two little kids and then like a middle schooler arguing with each other, where it's like the little kid like can barely fucking comprehend like what's going on, and then like the middle schooler is having to like go like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, because like no, the thing that really annoyed me and was just straight up misinformation is when JD Vance talks to the president of Ukraine, and he's like, you guys are so ungrateful. Have you even once thanked us for all of the support we've given you? And then like someone on Twitter made like a 2-minute long compilation since February 2022 of every time the president of Ukraine has personally thanked America. Like,
like, I mean, also, why would they think JD Vance and Donald Trump, they've done nothing with the leftover money that they could send to them? Yeah, and like, because what the main discussion was about is that they met because they were going to sign a treaty where in exchange for the mineral treaty that they didn't end up signing because of all this.
Yeah.
And that he announced like just today or like a couple days ago that he's still willing to sign.
Yeah. And it's like, but then, and Donald Trump was like, if he comes back and he's ready to negotiate peace, so we'll sign it. It's like, oh my God.
What do you mean if he's ready to negotiate peace? He didn't launch an attack against another country.
Yeah. Like, I just don't get...
Again, it feels real bitch made to be capitulating to Russia.
Right.
It's like Donald J. Trump swings his big dick around to Europe, to Canada, to Mexico, to every country on Earth, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, daddy, Russia." Like, brother, that's not a good look.
Here's the thing: the only time America should ever be working closely with Russia, China, or God forbid North Korea is if we are doing it for the greater good to try to help the people that live in those countries.
Otherwise, fuck them.
Yeah, like for example,
because again, I need you to know, I need like the entirety of the internet to know when I say fuck them, I mean the government.
Yeah.
Anytime I bring up a country, I don't mean its people. The people are great. Fucking love every single person from one of those countries, but every single government can get bent.
Yes, like those three: China, Russia, and especially North Korea. They're problematic to say the least.
In fact, I will state this for the record: I love racists. All right, I love the KKK.
Whoa!
I love all of those people. The people themselves that they want to lynch me, kill me, beat me, like do all sort of irreparable crimes to me just because I'm black. I love those people. I hate the organization that they're a part of for breeding hate into those people, because those people are lovely people. But the organizations are like the demons from within.
You've got the Jesus mentality.
Yeah.
Which is a good mentality to have.
And governments are organizations. So any problem that those people from one of those other countries might have for me is entirely because of their government and not because they wanted to have a problem with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in totality, anytime I say a country, I'm saying fuck the government.
Yeah. We here at F&B Studios don't condone governments. Just in general.
Yeah, they just kind of put divides against people to keep their own power. It's crazy.
Yeah. But speaking of, I'm trying to think of a good segue.
But speaking of governments, the government of President Thaddeus Ross, which that's my president. No. He. Yeah. Thaddeus Ross is my president. If you ignore the one nigga that he screwed over, which like he shouldn't have, he should have released him. Mm-hmm. And if he had just released him, literally nothing in his presidency would have been bad. All right. Thaddeus Ross's presidency would have been an amazing time to be alive in America. He was making peace treaties across the world so that a new resource that is better than vibranium could be shared collectively. Are you kidding me? He was going to be a great president. In fact, he should have pardoned the leader. All right, he should have pardoned the leader and made him part of his cabinet. Would have been the best presidency the American people have ever seen, the world has ever seen.
That would actually be crazy, though, if the leader was part of his cabinet. That would be like...
He should have been. He should have pardoned him a long time ago. In fact, fucking a long time ago. The second that he yeah, all right, you scapegoat him, right? All right, that's bad. But you had to do it. And then once you get the plan together, where it's like, oh my god, bro, you're like so smart. Get me into the U.S. presidency. I'll pardon you, and you get a cabinet position as my head advisor. Bro, yeah. That shit would have been goated.
Yeah, then
but even without that part, Thaddeus Ross is still my president. All right. Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross is still my president.
Can I say the full legal name?
Actually, Thunderbolt's a nickname.
Oh, well, it would be Thaddeus Thunderbolt, quotation marks, Ross.
Yeah.
But, yeah, okay, I'm trying to think how we should discuss this movie.
One scene at a time, baby. One scene at a time.
One scene at a time.
So let's start with that presidential speech. All right, I agree. All right, unity, togetherness. All right, that's what we need. All right, none of this racism against aliens. Like that last president, because this takes place a year after Secret Invasion somehow, even though it's set in 2027.
Wait. Secret Invasion is set in 2026, I believe. And then...
Yeah, the card says 2027, like when they get invited, right?
Yeah, so...
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, the presidency does not make sense anymore. That because he said the first 100 days of his presidency is coming up. The math is not mathing. We are somehow off of the presidential cycles. It's weird.
Maybe it could be because of the blip. Maybe like something. Maybe? Yeah, like maybe something like messed it up, and they were like, "Okay, we got to do an election earlier."
When they came back from the blip, it was an off election season, and they decided to do elections anyway, so that the 50% of people who did not have representation still had it.
Yes,
I can see that.
Yeah, something like that. That would have been cool.
Somehow the MCU's election cycle is pushed forward a year.
Yeah, I think the only explanation would have to be the blip. Everyone coming back and...
Yeah. It is pushed forward a year in the cycle. Because realistically, what they should have done is that they should have said this was in 2028.
That would have made more sense.
Because that would have lined up properly. But, like, someone over in the MCU really wants us to get back together in terms of the when an MCU movie comes out is when it happens in our year. Like, someone really wants to get back to doing that.
And we are so close.
We are cramming so much into these few years so that we can so that our years can catch back up. I can feel it.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure if you go to the MCU wiki and you look at the timeline, there's a lot of stuff, before the first Iron Man, like the history, the lore, and all that. And then Iron Man onward, it's like, okay, this big event happened this year, a few events happened this year, and then everything post Endgame, it's like
line up with the year they came out.
Yeah, and then after Endgame, it's just like this is one YouTuber I watch. I can't remember his name, but he makes like really good timeline videos about the MCU, and like there are so many different movies and shows and projects post Endgame that are all happening like at the same time. Like, how many of these are happening in 2024? There's like 7 shows and movies happening in 2024 in the MCU timeline.
It is entirely so. I swear to God, it's entirely so that we can level back out. Like, I wouldn't even be surprised if at the end of Avengers, the Avengers, Infinity? No, Secret War.
Yeah,
I would not be surprised if they just say fuck it and like set us back in line.
I mean, they can do that with the multiversal reset. It's like, oh, now we're officially lined back up.
All right, and we're never doing this again.
Yeah, that's still crazy that they decided to jump. Like, I would have understood jumping ahead 1 year, because that would have been 1 year since Infinity War came out, when Endgame came out. 5 years is crazy, but I also get why they did it. The show...
Yeah, have people get their edgy arcs in, all that. But, yeah, I just can't wait for Quicksilver to be back in the MCU. But speaking of silvers that are quick, fighter jets, which brings us somewhere back into Thaddeus Ross's presidency. Let's move on to the next scene. What the fuck was the next scene?
Well, yeah. Let me pull up the Wikipedia plot summary.
Oh, wait, no, I remember the next scene. So we're on a plane, actually. So actually, you know what? I actually did it perfectly. We're on a plane. All right. Sam Wilson is getting the lowdown of the situation. All right. We got Super Society members in this place. All right. Take them down and recover that thing that we need to recover, because they don't specify what it is yet. All right. And Sam just jumps, and then what's his name? Joaquin is like, the guy next to Joaquin is like, did he just jump without a parachute? And then Joaquin's like, oh yeah, don't worry. His suit's was a gift from the Wakandans, so that we can expedition the people who did not watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier to understand why he has vibranium tech.
Yeah, and why he's able to do a lot of the stuff he does and take the damage he does in the movie.
Because we learned that vibranium is very good against kinetic damage.
Yeah,
it also kind of plays into the fact that adamantium is now the new god metal, and vibranium is not needed anymore. It kind of plays into that. So that's cool.
Yeah, Wakanda fell off. Their main resource is obsolete.
Well, it's not like they were exporting it, so...
Yeah, but that could be an interesting concept for Black Panther 3. Now that adamantium's come into, the world commerce, vibranium isn't really as utilized as it was before. That could be an interesting idea.
If they keep it to the canon, vibranium is still very good on defense because of the whole kinetic absorption thing, but adamantium is just really good on the offense.
Yeah,
because it just slices through most other metals. Now, I don't remember if it's canon that vibranium loses to adamantium. I don't remember if that's canon.
When I'm editing, I'll put up if it is or not.
Yeah, because if vibranium loses to adamantium in that exchange, that could be fun. Like having to deal with a character that has adamantium, I think Omega Red has adamantium, but I don't want to steal too many of Logan's villains to do this. But it'd be fun. The Wakonians having to deal with this guy who can just counter their tech. For Black Panther 3, I'm down. I'm down.
Plus, Black Panther 3 would definitely come out after Secret Wars, and we know the next big thing that they're doing is introducing mutants and X-Men.
Speaking of introducing mutants and X-Men, honestly, if it were far enough down the timeline that T'Chaka? Jesus Christ. So T'Challa Jr. over there is able to be an adult. Hey, Storm!
Oh yeah, that was another thing I was gonna mention. Storm and Black Panther.
Right? Like I think that is like my favorite thing to come out of not just replacing Chadwick Boseman, is that now he got to keep his relationship from that movie, from the movie series, and not like drop it in favor of Storm.
Yeah,
because now no, it's actually his son that marries Storm. I think that's actually more interesting for what you're doing here.
Yeah, poor kid who played T'Challa, who played TJ T'Challa Jr. because he's probably not coming back. They're gonna get a different actor to play. They're probably gonna get a different actor to play
later.
Yeah. Poor kid. But hey, at least he got to say he was in the MCU when he was 6.
Right. But yeah, no, he goes around. We see the cool vibranium explosion, right? The kinetic energy pulse. He uses his shield very interestingly. Like, he gets to use it very interestingly because he has like the wings and stuff. Red Wing, still the GOAT, with all of the recon and stuff he gets to do. And then we see him for the first time. Say his name because I don't know how to pronounce it.
Joaquin?
No. Gus is out. Name.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, we get to see Esposito for the first time in his going to be ongoing character of. It's not Sidewinder.
No, it's Sidewinder.
All right, I remembered it. Sidewinder, the leader of the Serpent Society, which it took me too long to realize that all of their names are based off of snakes.
Yeah.
Diamondback was originally supposed to be in the movie. Sad that we didn't get to see her. Hope we get to see her later in a fully Serpent Society focused Captain America 5.
Mm-hmm.
Copperhead we got to see. He's the big guy that we get to see Sam one-on-one fight, because like this is literally just bar for bar that scene from Winter Soldier where we see like Steve in his secret recon suit. This is just bar for bar that scene. Steve goes in, does a couple cool things with his shield. Someone else is dealing with like the major thing, like Natasha in that movie like dealt with like the actual like hostages and all that, while Joaquin instead goes and deals with like the trying to get away with the adamantium, right? And then while their sidekick is dealing with her thing, Captain America fights a big guy like, without the shield to prove that he's a badass. Like, it is literally bar for bar that scene, and I'm not even mad about it because the scene gets to be so different with the whole because it's basically getting to show the audience this is how this Captain America fights. Like, that's what the purpose of those two scenes are. It's like, here it's just Steve / Sam showing off like his skills, and it's like really fun because of that.
Yeah, and Sam obviously has a harder time because he's not a super soldier, so you see him actually, getting beat up and knocked down temporarily before he does eventually subdue the guy and snaps his arm.
Yeah, alright. So yeah, Sam the MVP for that. Actually, Joaquin is for grabbing up the hitherto unknown material that we keep just saying adamantium for, because first off, we said we were going to talk about the movie, so you obviously don't care about spoilers, and two,
oh, you've seen it already.
Why is this something we're hiding? All right, adamantium's in the movie. Ooh, it doesn't even do anything. It's literally just a MacGuffin for one scene, and then is the general resource. All right, we did not need to hide the fact that we have adamantium. This should have been in the trailer. This should have been in the trailer more than the Red Hulk should have been in the trailer.
Yeah, that and the leader, because the leader literally only has one shot in every single trailer.
And one of the shots was just straight an edit. The green hand taking the picture, straight an edit. It wasn't him, because he was still in the base's name that I forget the name of.
Wait, it's probably in this plot summary.
And how do you look for that? going on. We get some good Sam Joaquin back and forth.
Oh, it's called.
Joaquin looks amazing as Falcon.
It's called Camp Echo 1.
Yeah, Camp Echo 1. Joaquin looks amazing in the Falcon suit. He's right. He does wear it better than Sam did. All right. Joaquin. We get some good banter. Sam introduces not Isaiah Bradley. That's the wrong name. That's the grandson.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is his name?
Who? Describe.
Black Captain America.
You know how little that news is down? No, I'm joking. It's Isaiah Bradley. Oh.
Okay, it's Isaiah Bradley. Introduces Isaiah Bradley. I could have sworn that was his grandson's name.
No.
Maybe a situation. But yeah, introduces Isaiah Bradley. Introduces. Why is my brain not firing?
Wait, here. Let me look at the summary.
Yeah, he introduces Isaiah Bradley to Joaquin to Isaiah Bradley. They get the invitation. They head out to the place. They convince Isaiah to go. He's done up all nice in his suit that he wore for his wedding. It's the only good suit he has. Mm-hmm. They head to the place, and the leader starts doing some fuck shit. We find out later that he uses lights and stuff to control people's brains, Manchurian Candidate style. And after Thaddeus talks to Steve about getting the Avengers back together, and Steve talks to Sam about getting the Avengers back together, Sam's like, "But I don't think the government should run that." Right? In reality, I think Thaddeus was actually being for real about the Avengers being a thing that should be real, and I think he would have been for real about without leader whispering in his ear. I think he would have been for real about letting the Avengers just do their thing. I'll be honest. Another reason why he's my president.
I also think because in Infinity War, whenever Cap and them talk to Thunderbolt Ross, and he's like, "Oh, you guys are still fugitives, but because the world is at stake and you've saved us so many times before, I'm gonna let you, basically let you off the hook and do your thing." So I would 100% believe that after that, and after them, bringing back half of all life, he would have a change of heart and be like, "You know what? Yeah, we don't have to strictly control and regulate these guys. They know what they're doing."
Yeah, so I think he was being for real about it. We get the scene where he gets shot at. Fuck what he said. I basically have told you what he said. Ooh, adamantium, good thing. Specifically, the adamantium that they saved was the only refined piece, and that piece was from Japan. So that's kind of important. But it's adamantium. Adamantium's in this world now.
Yeah. He
gets shot at by a couple people, and then those people get arrested. Isaiah gets arrested, and he didn't and it's super sad scene because he's he doesn't know anything, and it's so sad. He's telling them not to scuff up his suit because it was the only thing he had left of his wife. And yeah, now fuck that scene. We get a scene of then we basically get Sam being "I want to be on this case. My boy doesn't deserve this." Thaddeus Ross and what's her name? His defense secretary or whatever she's called.
Sabra
being "Nah, you're not allowed on this case. In fact, we don't even trust you." Sam saying, "Fuck it, I'll do it anyway." Right? Just goes around, does some stuff. Sabra being shown as being smart, keeping an eye on him anyway, because of course he would go out and do stuff. I like that. I like that about her character. How much this movie treats her because a lot of movies would make this type of character really annoying and just get in the way and never really do anything. But no, she is on the ground, finds out the same things they find out at about the same time and all that. She's good. I like how they parallel both of them finding out about why this attack happened. It was good. It was solid.
Yeah, I agree.
So Sam's about to head out, but before he does that, he gets attacked by Sidewinder because of the leader doing bullshit. Really good scene. Really good scene.
That's a great way to describe this movie's plot without spoiling anything. The leader does bullshit.
Yeah. Right? But Sidewinder, that entire scene's goated.
Yeah.
It's probably promoted like because Sidewinder's in it. Like pretty much any of the Sidewinder scenes are like the newly shot stuff. Like that shit ate. That entire scene ate.
Yeah, I remember when we were watching in the theater, I actually got jump scared because the way the scene goes is that Sam is like on his phone and he's driving, then he turns around a corner, it just immediately Sidewinders there and opens fire. That scared the shit out of me, I'm not gonna lie.
Like honestly, if there's like a scene that like I would upload to YouTube to get people to watch this movie, it's that scene, that entire Sidewinder scene.
Yeah, and then when
so I think it perfectly encapsulates the feel and what you'll get out of this.
Yeah, then when Sam runs into the junkyard and Sidewinder, pursues after him, and then Sam does that awesome kick that knocks him out finally.
Yeah, so Sidewinder's arrested. Leader does some shit to try to throw Sam and Joaquin off the trail of Camp Echo 1, which in the comics is actually where Osmosis Joe is from, a new Hulk guy that which I'm surprised they didn't really reference that much. There is a picture that I think is either labeled or like looks a lot like Osmosis Joe in like that little room we see with Leader. So that's cool, making reference to that. And it would make sense if they show him eventually, because it could be a thing where like Leader actually tested out like the gamma stuff on him before he like did his big thing with Thaddeus Ross. That would be cool.
I remember before the movie came out, there was a rumor that he would have like a small cameo, but honestly, didn't make it in. You
know how like Thor Ragnarok's a Thor movie, but Hulk got to tag along?
Yeah.
Bruce Banner should have been in this movie.
Yeah,
like real talk, like fully honestly. Even like what should it like if I was like to make some like two small rewrites, it's when he's heading out to the Camp Echo 1, him, Joaquin, and Bruce Banner should have been there. And instead of at that final fight, instead of it being like Sam says it a second time and it works this time, it should be that Sam's like getting ready to like continue the fight. Then Bruce Banner jumps in like a full like Hulk out mode to like fight Red Hulk, so we get like a good Hulk versus Red Hulk fight. And then Betty comes in to between them to be like, stop fighting.
Yeah,
She does the speech to her dad. Right, and that's why he calms down the second time when the same things are said. Like, that would have ate.
Yeah.
I would have ate and left no crumbs. That's like the only thing. Like, that's the only thing I'd rewrite.
Yeah, and like
everything else is the same.
And you don't even have to have Bruce in his Hulk form the entire movie until the final fight. Like when he tags along with them, he can stay in his regular human form for most of that.
I think it should be Banner. And like there should be a joke where like Joaquin's like, hey, why aren't you like being all smart Hulk right now and stuff? And he's like, can't really fit in the car if I'm, because we see that he like can go back to full human. And I think during the Red Hulk fight, that pure Hulk energy should come out during it. Like Sam should like disappear from the fight, and it's like I have one last idea, and he goes and gets Betty, and like we don't see him go and get her, but he says like I have an idea to like stop this, and so we get a nice like slug down between Red Hulk and like Smart Hulk, and then like slowly over time, Banner like realizes I'm not going to be able to beat this guy as Smart Hulk. I need that rage, and then we see that like we get like a good punch from Red Hulk against like Smart Hulk, and then like you just see like Hulk on the ground, and then like you see his muscles bulge out like even more than normal. You see him like dig his hand into like the dirt and like do like the giant Hulk roar as everyone cheers because the Hulk is back, baby. And like then we like continue that slug down until Betty appears, and then she's able to calm down Hulk because it's Betty, our old girlfriend, and she's able to calm down Red Hulk because of my daughter. Like it would be good. It'd be goated. That
would have been peak. That would have been amazing because it is weird how. Because everyone says 5
out of 10 movie, bro. 5 out of 10, 5-star movie. If it was like that,
5 out of 10.
I'm gonna be dead honest. 10 out of 10 movie if they had done that.
Yeah, I agree.
This would probably be a 10 out of 10 movie, and that's like not too many changes to make. Like you literally keep everything else the same.
Yeah, and like, and it's so weird because a lot of people say that this movie is just Incredible Hulk 1.5. And to an extent, that's true, but at the same time, I don't fully agree with it. What I do agree with is it's weird that, you know, they name drop Bruce multiple times, and all of this, what's going on, all these plot lines were set up in his film, and he doesn't even have a cameo. I thought that was...
No, he should have been in the movie. He should have been a major player in the movie. Like, that's just straight up should have been a thing. Even better, he should have been there on the... Like, he would have been there on the boat, right? Or you could just cut him and say, like, he didn't, like, fly out. But, like, no, even better, he should have been there on the boat. He should have, like... And, like, halfway through Leader, like, try to push Thaddeus into, like, becoming the Red Hulk. He should, like, come in and realize, like,
what's going on,
be like, and try to calm him down. To be that, like, he should have been like the person who was like, President, they stopped it. Japan's not going to war and all that. Like, that would have been heat. That would have been heat.
Like, he's the first person who starts, like, catching on to him.
Yeah. In fact, it would have been even funnier because Leader would have killed, like, that guy because, they can't find out he's a Red Hulk. And like, Bruce should have been, like, the guy, like, to have been, like, I think something weird's going on with Thaddeus, but, like, they're not gonna, like, do anything about it because it's like, maybe not. We gotta figure out what's going on with the pills first. And then you should have the scene where, like, Leader comes in, where Sam's like, oh yeah, I got a guy working the pills, and he's like, no, you don't anymore. And, like, while Leader's getting dragged off, Bruce Banner should go, oh no, I had a feeling about this, and, like, you know, Sam is like, what's going on? I think he's gonna turn him into a Hulk. Like, you know, that would have been heat. Yeah. That would have been heat. I think because Bruce Banner, I feel like, would be the type of person to be smart enough to, like, put those pieces together.
Yeah, what?
Bruce could have been in this movie. Like, this movie would have been a perfect movie if Bruce was in it.
Honestly, if they don't explain in Doomsday, because that's probably the next time we're gonna see Hulk.
Fuck he was, right?
If they don't have some good ass explanation, like, oh yeah, sorry, I got teleported to another planet again. If they don't,
right? Like I'm gonna riot, bro. Like, literally, it works. The movie works so much better with him there.
Like, they should at least acknowledge, he needs to at least acknowledge what happened. Like Captain America should go up to Banner and be like, no, I could have used your help. I almost got my ass killed by our president after he turned into a red U. And then Banner can be like, oh, I was busy helping Shield or helping a Sword with this thing. Like, I just want some explanation of why he wasn't there. I'm trying to think if I have any more thoughts about the movie. I think that's...
I just think that there were, like, literally Bruce Banner. My final thing, if anything the audience should take away from this, Bruce Banner would have elevated this movie to a level that was necessary.
Yeah. Like you said earlier, it would have been a 10 out of 10 movie if they included Bruce Banner.
Yeah, what I said earlier, that was definitely not 2 days ago.
Yeah. Why you gotta let them know, man?
Because, like, if they're gonna ask questions anyway, because the cut was so weird and the jump of dialogue didn't make sense, I mean, I'm gonna put a lampshade on it and I'm gonna turn the light on.
Okay.
So that they get production value like the good YouTubers do.
I was hoping I would sprinkle in some editing magics to make it seem seamless.
No. You're not gonna waste your time on that, right? They know.
Okay.
Do they know? Yeah, they know.
Then they know the truth. We're edited. Before we move on to the next thing, so what score would you give the movie?
And I think I gave it the same score when we had left the theater. It's a solid 7 out of 10. Go watch it if you enjoyed The Winter Soldier.
Yeah, same here, 7 out of 10. A 7 out of 10 for me on my rating scale is a good movie that has major flaws. I think this is a good first entry, despite some of its flaws, and I really enjoyed it. And I'm excited to see what they do with Sam as Cap in the future. So that is my review.
I just love how down to earth it was.
Yeah, yes, and that is something that I've seen a lot of people praise about the movie, is that this and upcoming Thunderbolts, it's just, and also Daredevil, which is currently airing, people are just, I've seen a lot of excitement around just doing street level, non-world ending or multiverse stakes. It is very refreshing.
I mean, not only is it refreshing, you can animate it better.
What do you?
I mean, I'm just being honest, bro. Like, all of these aliens, it's hard. It is a hard thing to CGI, right?
Yeah.
Putting something on Earth makes it like 3,000% more easy to CGI.
Yeah. Plus, I think Marvel announced last year, I think it was around the time Echo was coming out, that their Disney Plus shows moving forward will be focused on the street level stuff, since it's a lot cheaper. Like Echo,
which is what they should have been focused on to begin with.
Yeah, like Echo only had a budget of $40 million compared to like Secret Invasion, which was like $200 million, and then She-Hulk, which was $200 something million. And then what else? Daredevil. Plus, it's a lot easier to have like actual seasonal shows. Because season 2 of Daredevil is already being filmed and is supposed to come out next year, along with a new Punisher special that they're making.
Ooh.
Yeah, and John Berthal, who plays the Punisher, he's co-writing it as well.
Yes. Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah, which is currently filming right now as we speak. So I can't wait for more leaks about that.
I can't wait for half the leaks to not end up being real because they sneak in fake leaks to throw people off.
That's exactly.
Because they know their audience.
I don't know if you saw it earlier. I posted in the group chat, but the Russo brothers were actually asked.
They like scrape those locations specifically in a way that would fuck over leakers, which is like, good shit.
Yeah, and on top of that, what they'll probably do is the stuff that they do want leaked out, they'll film outside, or they'll film in locations they know people are gonna see it, and the stuff they don't want leaked, they'll obviously film in more secluded spots. So, yeah, it's gonna be, the next few months are gonna be crazy. We're gonna be getting all the leaks, we're gonna be getting leaks and rumors, I wouldn't be surprised if at Comic-Con this year we get our first look at the movie, which is just crazy to think.
We are in this stupid-ass news cycle about the MCU entirely because of that one Comic-Con.
Oh, the MCU is dead, we're so back, MCU is dead, we're so back.
Yes. Which literally happened to every other thing.
Actually, I'm gonna look up what the latest updated version of that meme is, so we can predict what's next. MCU is dead meme. Okay, do we include TV shows?
I know some of them included it and some of them didn't.
Okay, let's see.
I think the TV shows enhance it.
Okay, so this one is up to Deadpool and Wolverine. So Ant-Man 3 MCU is dead. Guardians 3 MCU is back. Secret Invasion MCU is dead. Loki Season 2 MCU is back. The Marvels MCU is dead. And then this doesn't include Echo, but
the MCU is literally no one cared enough.
Yeah.
Literally not a single person cared enough to acknowledge it.
The MCU
who were for the MCU were like, I mean, it's alright. The people who were against the MCU was like, I mean, it's alright. Like, they don't, like, no one cared enough to be angry at that show.
Yeah, the MCU exists.
Only the MCU. Actually, nah, I'm not even gonna give it that. I give it the. Wait, this came out?
Yeah, there we go. There's that, and then Deadpool and Wolverine, MCU is back. I'm trying to think what came after that. Oh, Agatha, so MCU is...
Yeah, I mean, this is our train of hype, alright? Deadpool and Wolverine, yes! Yeah, Agatha all along. Yes, Captain America bring the world. Yes, Thunderbolts, you better stick with goddamn landing so that I can go for the pentakill with the Fantastic Four, because ain't nobody's thinking that movie's gonna be that.
Now, here's the thing. We have to go with the general consensus. So even though we liked Captain America Brave New World, and a lot of casual fans did, it's not getting like the hype as like Guardians 3 or Loki or Deadpool and Wolverine. And Agatha...
Yeah, but also that's a good thing. The casuals liked it. Which means that the hyper-aggressive people who really like to hate on the MCU cannot dunk on it.
That's true. So,
and even the people who are hype on the MCU, they were like, of course they're not going to talk too much about it because they were already like, I'm with it.
Yeah. So
casuals fuel the MCU back, MCU off, but also because the last movie was good and this movie was good, you kind of have this thing where you can't really do the we're back because you're still on.
Okay, so Deadpool and Wolverine is MCU is back. Agatha is MCU is still back. Captain America MCU still back, and then the West were to be determined.
All right, where the West is to be determined. All right, I'm hoping for a Pikachu.
We need here's the thing, it's too extreme, because MCU is dead versus MCU is back. Like we established with Echo, we need a middle ground. For example, Captain America Brave New World, that's not really MCU is back because it didn't get universal praise like Guardians did, for example. But it also wasn't universally hated like Secret Invasion. So we need a middle ground where it's MCU's alright.
Yeah, MCU's doing something.
MCU's fine. Like I said, MCU exists. But yeah, so we'll see how the rest of that meme plays out, if it'll come to fruition.
Indeed.
But speaking of Avengers Doomsday, I don't know how much you've seen, but some official concept art for Avengers Doomsday was leaked a week ago.
About a week ago.
I can't say the West, say the West. So, basically, I'll give the backstory. Basically, a concept artist who works for Marvel had their own website with their portfolio and everything. And on it, they posted a concept art, not just for Avengers Doomsday, but for the Fantastic Four and the Vision Quest show. And a day after Reddit and Twitter found it and got a hold of it, the artist had to take down their entire website and is hopefully not fired.
No, the snipers got to them. They were fired upon.
The Feige snipers. But yeah, so we're gonna go through, and hopefully this doesn't get our entire channel shut down by Mr. Feige. Mr. Feige, we love your work. If you ever need help,
actually, we're actually going to keep this online unless you give me the ability to produce Blade. I have a very good pitch for you. It involves using Moon Knight and Black Knight, two characters that I know you really want to get back to the MCU because the people have been waiting for them. All right. And it's basically a soft backdoor pilot to the Midnight Suns, all right? Come on, man. Give me this job, all right? I can do this.
Holding Kevin Feige for ransom for blackmail is crazy.
Please.
Honestly, we need to be the next people to hack in the Marvel Studios or leak, we need to leak the Avengers Secret Wars ending and then hold it for ransom, threaten to post it everywhere online unless Kevin Feige lets us be producers on the Blade movie.
Us? Don't you have a different movie you want to produce? We can hold this over his head for 2.
Whoa. I'd love to make a Spider-Man movie. Yeah, there we go. Let me make Spider-Man 4 is already about to be
In production.
Yeah, let me make Spider-Man 5. Alright, if you don't include Scorpion in Spider-Man 4, you gotta let me make Spider-Man 5.
Right. Let's get it.
Alright. Before we talk about them, I just want to let the audience know this is concept art, meaning that what you see is not guaranteed to be in the final movie.
Oh shit, we're showing the audience? Oh god, Kevin's actually going to be coming for us. I got 5. Shit.
That's
You're going to have to throw this phone away after this. You know that, right?
You're gonna have to.
I like this phone too.
Alright, here we go. Okay, I'm about to send them. Okay, actually, no, I'll send them one at a time. We'll go through each and every one. Okay, so here is the first leaked concept art.
Alright, now I'm going to absorb this art before I say anything.
Okay, take it all in.
Yeah, alright, I'm liking this.
Now I'll point out some details. So, on the left, that is a variant of Doctor Strange named Sheriff Strange, and he's like basically an underling to God Emperor Doom. And then, next to God Emperor Doom on the right, that's supposed to be Sue Storm, and that's supposed to be her and Reed's child.
Okay, alright, so by this being concept art, it's official. And I'm so happy.
And then all the way on the right,
You know what I mean by that, right?
it means that the kids are going to be in the movie.
Right? The kids are going to be in First Steps. Let's go.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason it's called First Steps.
Right? Like, it has to be an extra joke.
Mm-hmm. Also, something else that a lot of people missed. On the right side of the screen, like the very far right, that woman who is standing behind the guy kneeling on the ground, that's Yelena.
Yep. Oh. That's an interesting way to do this.
Yeah. Now for the second image. The second image gives us a look at, a potential look at Dr. Doom, God Emperor Doom's design.
Yep, that is God Emperor Doom, alright. Honestly, making it like already be a Dr. Doom that's God Emperor Doom kind of makes that whole he doesn't know the Fantastic Four a little more reasonable. And then, you know, it's sort of the concept of Sue Storm. So, like, fuck all that. They just lied.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Also,
Can you believe it? The Marvel people lying to us like Bucky did?
mm-hmm.
Like, every time. It's like, oh, we're not going to do that. No. I know it would make sense for our characters, but no, I'm not going to show up in that movie.
It shows up
Yeah,
in
I'm
the
in the
movie.
movie. Shut up.
Yeah. I don't even know why reporters and interviewers even bother asking actors questions like that. Because even if they
Because
are...
I'm hoping to find the next Tom Holland.
Yeah, or the next Mark Ruffalo. Yeah, have you seen the clip when they were doing the press tour for Infinity War, and he's with Don Cheadle, and Mark Ruffalo's like, I can't wait for you guys to see this next one. Everyone dies. And then Don Cheadle's like, dude! And then Mark Ruffalo's like, okay, not everyone.
I mean, he's not wrong. But honestly, Don, you fucked it up because saying everyone died is way less of a spoiler than not everyone died.
Like, literally, Don should have just played it off as a joke. Been like, yeah, you know, everyone dies. We're not making another Avengers movie. Like, if he just played it off, that would have been fine. But no, Bo made it worse. Okay, this next one's a big one. Well, these next few are kind of big.
All right, tell me nothing of the picture. Just let it hit my eyes. Let it. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
I know.
So that's one of the X-Men characters, like from one of the newer ones over in the corner.
Yep.
We're seeing concepts of speed, which, like, that outfit needs to be changed immediately. That better stay in the concepts. Nigga, it has a zipper.
Yeah, that they need to retool that.
That needs to stay in the concepts and never return. I'm gonna state it. This is this kind of a clapped ass lineup. If this is gonna be the final lineup for the team, 5 niggas? Are you kidding me? You couldn't find one more?
I don't think it'll be the final lineup.
It better not be.
I just think that this will be the Young Avengers that are featured in these movies, and then we'll get a Young Avengers project somewhere down the line with all of them.
Like I said, it better be, because like that is a clapped ass lineup. They had to put Star-Lord and Wong in this shot just to fill it out.
I actually kind of like that. I kind of like the idea that they basically have to babysit or mentor the Young Avengers. Plus,
honestly, it makes the most sense for where you left Star-Lord and Wong, for that matter.
Yeah. Also,
all kind of without their group. Star-Lord basically left the Guardians of the Galaxy to stay at home, and Wong, Wong, Sorcerer Supreme, no last name, does not have Doctor Strange around because he went jump in the multiverse.
Yeah, although other people pointed this out, it's weird to have some of the Young Avengers there and have Wong there, but not have America Chavez there.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that might just be they didn't fully flesh out this concept.
Yeah, the concept is getting an idea of who might be on the team.
Yeah, no, I think this is actually, in all honesty, I think what this is mainly trying to concept out is Speed, Wiccan, and Stature, which is the name that Ant-Man's daughter usually goes by in the comics.
Yeah. I also love
because we already know Miss Marvel went out to get Kate Bishop, so like those two are there to be, because those are the definitive characters that are going to be on the team, and then they were like, let's concept out Wiccan, Speed, and Stature, and then throw in like the mentor characters who makes the most sense, the two who don't have their place.
Yeah. Plus, if you actually look at the art itself, Miss Marvel and Kate Bishop look like they, like, I don't know how to explain it, like they were drawn with more attention to detail versus the other three who look like they were just kind of plopped in there.
Yeah, the other three really do look like kind of clipped in, especially Stature.
Yeah, like just like PNG.
Kate and Miss Marvel just kind of look naturally like they're supposed to be in this art.
Yeah. Also, I love how even in concept art, Kamala is infatuated by the Avengers. She's over there giving him googly eyes.
Real. Also, we can kind of make out the name of this place.
Oh wait, let me.
The wall behind Miss Marvel.
Yeah,
there's like some words on it that's like kind of looks like bar something.
I think it's something pub, because I can vaguely make out a P.
It might be pub, but it kind of looks like a D to me.
What this could be, I don't know, because like also look at like I'm trying to like look at the environment that they're in. I don't know where they would be.
Like, it seems like either like a Battle World place that's just kind of slammed into something, or this is space. Also, can we acknowledge that above the obvious X-Men reference is like a monkey head that I can't tell if it belongs to a person or not?
Wait, monkey head.
Yeah, like look literally directly above the little blob thing with the X-Men symbol on it.
Yeah, that's like something there.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
Interesting concept they've made here.
I could see this being like this is the team that they send in the space for whatever reason, and Star-Lord's like, well, why don't we, stop by a place I used to visit all the time? And then he realizes none of them are old enough to drink.
Yeah, I can see that banter with him and Wong, like they're kids.
Okay, next.
I'm really trying to think. I mean, I think it has to be a Battle World thing, though, if they do keep like the concept and put this X-Men character, which I think his name is like Dope, like Doob, in like the comics. Like, it doesn't make sense anywhere else but Battle World because we don't have. So this symbol means nothing in our current MCU.
Yeah.
But honestly, don't expect them to actually show up. I think that's going to be one of those things that stays in concept art, especially if they decide to put this on like regular MCU and they don't put it on Battle World. It's like, again, that symbol means nothing in our current MCU.
Yeah, but let's hope he makes it.
I hope he does. He's a fun dive that you can put in there. You know?
Yeah,
get the comic nerves all pricked up.
Yeah,
as Deadpool would say.
Yeah, it's soaking wet right now. Okay, I'm trying to think which one.
This is my favorite. I'm going to state it. This is my favorite one of the concepts so far.
Wait, say that again.
This is my favorite concept art you've shown me so far. And I'm gonna be honest, it's gonna take a lot to wow me, alright? Because like I am a die-hard Young Avengerser.
Yeah. Okay. Well, how about? Trying to think. What should I send next? Okay, I'll send the not so crazy one next. Well, it is actually kind of crazy, but not too crazy.
It's not as crazy, alright? Temper my expectations. Interesting. That is an interesting decision you can make. And like they have to release Vision Quest before this thing.
Yeah, but imagine they didn't. Imagine they didn't make Vision Quest, and we get
Vision Quest is coming out next year because otherwise these concepts are not happening.
Yeah, Vision Quest comes out early next year, I think. So before Doomsday.
Okay.
So
that makes a lot more sense.
So we now know Vision Quest might end well, if they're making concept art, then it has to. Vision Quest is gonna end with Vision just chilling at Star-Lord's place.
I mean, it doesn't have to end. They could start the thing with Vision heading over there, which is why speed is there. Could even be a thing that Vision is actually in that previous scene, and they just didn't draw him out because you really don't need to.
Yeah. That would be really funny though. Like everyone's been asking since WandaVision, the past 4 years. Where's White Vision? Where'd he go? When's he gonna show up? What's he been up to? Oh, he's just been chilling with Star-Lord the whole time.
I mean, my boy Star-Lord, Lord of the Stars.
Yeah, eating pizza, getting a drink on, even though he's a robot. Just chilling.
Ask me where the water goes. You don't want to know.
Oh no. Next one, try to think. Okay, here's the next one. This one is definitely a Battle World concept art.
Hey, they fixed my boy's clapped hairline.
Yeah, that was like one of the main things people point out, how he got his hairline fixed.
Yo, they finally hit up a barber. Honestly, if this is where Hulk has been, good. You, I don't have to kill you, right?
So basically, and if you look closely, you look at all the people in the background. This is a whole village of Hulks.
Oh my God, we're doing Village Hulk? Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, because in the 2015 Secret Wars, there is a Hulk village. Where a bunch of Hulks live. So they're literally probably directing that, one for one.
Right, because there's precedent. I'm liking.
Okay, I think...
That's good. Again, I'm a diehard for my dog stuff, so...
Okay, now the last one.
Alright, I'm looking at it now. Alright. I get where we're going with this, alright? This has some real Marvel Rivals Wakanda energy. Right? Doesn't beat, obviously, does not beat the concept of the Young Avengers, but this is a vibe.
And there's also another version of this same image without his mask, where we actually see who the actor might be. I gotta find...
Ooh, that's dangerous. It's so dangerous that we should not upload that one to YouTube. I think that one definitely gonna get the flags. If anything is gonna get the flags.
Oh yeah, definitely.
In fact, ranking how much I think Kevin Feige is absolutely livid about these, I think number one has to go to that one with his face revealed, right? then we go to the Young Avengers reveal. Then we go with the throne room of Doom with all these characters in it. Then we go to the Hulk. Then we go to White Vision next to Star-Lord. Then we go with just Doom on the throne. Because like Doom on the throne was kind of already expected.
Yeah.
Right? And if you have this shot isolated where it's God Emperor Doom, you could assume like, oh, we're gonna end it with God Emperor Doom on his throne, and that's gonna be the teaser for the next movie, Secret Wars. Okay. Right.
Uh-huh. Also, here's the
chat, we know.
Yeah. Yeah, here's the image without his mask on, which we unfortunately won't be able to show the audience. And
no, this one's gonna get a shot by the snipers for sure.
And don't worry, I'll bleep this out. But once again, it's concept art, so we don't know if this actor will actually play Black Panther, but it's modeled.
Have an idea. They probably have like the idea of like, oh, well, let's do him.
Yeah, it's an actor named
I never heard of him.
He was in
yep. Gonna have to bleep that movie out, by the way.
Yeah. We gotta bleep his name and the movie. We can't have any trace.
No trace.
No trace. Kevin, please.
Because they already know that the actor must be black, because we're talking about Black Panther, right? So they'll just narrow it down to like.
They're just gonna go to the They're gonna go to the IMDb cast list and just like, okay, where's the black male actor? There he is. But yeah, so that's all of the leaked concept art.
You know what? I gotta say that concept art has me leaking. You know what I mean?
Hey yo! But I understand.
No, sorry. Saber Spark like took over my body there for a second.
Did you see that? Speaking of Saber Spark,
that's literally what I am referencing. Why did he say that?
Why did he say that? But yeah, I was looking at this concept art, made me 10 times more excited for Doomsday than I was already.
Yeah, honestly, starting with the whole Battle World thing is actually way more interesting.
Yeah,
having 2 movies to explore is actually a pretty good idea.
And it makes sense too, because Doomsday is the next Marvel movie right after Fantastic Four. Like, we're not getting anything in between. And if the rumors are true, and Fantastic Four ends with their Earth being destroyed, it could be.
I see what you mean.
Oh, that would, and it would be like how Thor Ragnarok directly leads into Infinity War. That would be so peak. Kevin, please do that, please. I know it's too late. The movie's already done.
I think that's just the plan.
Yeah, we figured it out. Kevin, we're on to you, buddy. Well, we got you figured out, all right?
All right.
James Gunn.
Let me finish the Blade movie. Come on, please.
James Gunn, you're next.
James Gunn, you're next.
We're slowly taking over all of the big cinematic universes.
Kevin Feige, after we absolutely ransack the Marvel universe and take it over as head writer, as head producer.
Yeah, look.
All might pointing me to James Gunn.
Yeah.
Doing that.
Look, Kevin, you've been with Marvel since the very first X-Men movie. By the time Secret Wars comes out, it'll be almost 30 years. I know you're only like late 40s. Just retire. Let us take the reins. You know?
You look tired anyway, bro. And like, do you even read the comics for real?
Hey, yo, don't disrespect Kevin Feige like that. We know.
I don't know. I mean, he keeps letting shit slide that should not be let slide.
We know for a fact he reads the X-Men comics, because that's how he got his start. Like, did you know that when they were making the very first X-Men movie, the director told the cast members to not read any X-Men comics, and Kevin Feige actually snuck in comics for them to read.
Yeah, I've heard about that. Speaking of which, real one.
Yeah, and then like he was also an executive producer on X-Men '97. So like X-Men, like he loves X-Men. So like, in all seriousness, I don't want him to retire just yet. I want to see what he does in the next saga when they introduce mutants, and then after that, let bro kick back on the beach. Looking at a grateful universe. All right.
No. We take over everything else. We leave him to enjoy those muties he likes so much.
No. Here's what we do. We take over Marvel and we make all the creative decisions, and he handles the business stuff. Because remember, he's the CEO, so he does everything.
Yeah, but like, I think I'll let him rock with mutants, Like him and those muties can, be over and that.
Whoa, not the horn him.
Man, my cousin's a mutie, alright? It's alright.
My cousin is a mutie.
Yeah, he wanted to go by Prodigy. Turns out another black nigga already took that, so.
Dang, that's unfortunate. Also, by the way, you know how, well, not really a complaint, but like a thing people point out all the time is that it doesn't make sense for humans in the Marvel universe to be scared of mutants when there's other superpowered people. I think it would make a lot of sense in the MCU if the reason they were scared of mutants is if they were from different worlds. They see them as like multiversal like trespassers, for lack of better phrasing. Like, oh, we don't know these guys, we know our heroes from our universe, but we don't know any of y'all.
No, don't give the people of the Marvel universe that much credit. They kind of hate our normal, not mutant superheroes already. You know what I mean?
Give an example of who they hate already, besides like Spider-Man.
There is a non-small subsect of people in that universe who hates Tony Stark. All right, and I don't just mean his ex-employees. Okay,
all of his employees have beef with him. I wonder how many Tony
like that one lady who instigated the entirety of Civil War. All right, I know she still hasn't forgiven him.
Yeah, I wonder how many.
Right, and I'm sure there's a couple other people just like her. All right, in the MCU. With their own little tic-tacs against all of these different superhero individuals.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of people who don't like the new Captain America.
Alright, and Scarlet Witch has to have a ton of haters now.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, who else?
Ironically, she's a mutant, so I
can't think of anyone else that, like, people hate.
Someone out there is hating on Hawkeye. At the very least in the Ronin persona, and very possibly in his normal persona too.
Yeah, like, why they got just a regular guy on the Avengers?
Man, I'm telling you, they don't talk much, but I think there's a large subset of the MCU Earth that just wants to be done with these superheroes.
I just really want a Disney Plus series, or hell, you can just make it a special, just showing the everyday lives of Marvel citizens. You could do it like a documentary style thing, I was on my way to work this morning, and then this big green guy,
and then the Hulk came down, picked my car up, and then sucked it at a guy.
And he missed. That's the part that pisses me off. Not that I gotta buy a whole new car, but he missed.
That car's damaged for nothing, and the insurance is refusing to pay out.
Or like a paramedic is like, yeah, Spider-Man swooped in and took out these robbers, and we're grateful he saved these people's lives, but have you seen the condition these guys were in? He threw a motorcycle at one.
Does he think everyone's superhuman now?
Yes.
Yeah, nah. The MCU is ripe for hating on superhumans, especially superhumans that can just get their powers for free.
Yeah, like, a lot of people say that living in New York in the Marvel universe is basically like hell, but like living in any like metropolitan area. Like, if you're not living in like Hartsville, you're probably gonna run into some big like catastrophic event at some point.
Yeah, I mean, get the big catastrophic events. You're not even safe in the small cities. I'm pretty sure it was a small town where a Sidewinder just came out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, because Cap was driving and he made that turn, and they were in like that just like small town, that street.
It's a urban ass looking area. It's like you're safe nowhere.
But yeah, so I can't wait for Avengers vs. X-Men in 2037. That's gonna be fun.
Actually, 2047. The first thing we got to do is the House of M event.
Oh yeah, the Mutant Saga. So the Infinity Saga was 11 years, the Multiverse Saga is 7 years, and then the next Mutant Saga is 20 years.
Exactly.
I'm okay with that.
A lot of X-Men stories to get through.
Yeah, and then after that, let's be honest, the World War III will probably happen by then, and that'll be the end. So at least we'll go out.
It was a good run.
And I think with that, I think that's the end of the podcast. I think we've covered all of our topics.
Right. Who's doing the outro? Who's doing the outro first? You or me this time?
Okay, I'll do me because I actually have one. Okay, it's nothing special, but it's Phantom Strider's outro. All he says is, anyways, thanks for watching.
Well, guys, if we were on a cruise ship, and I was the captain, we'd probably all die. But hey, at least we die alone together.
Feige, please pay us.